Oh man, I can't wait to buy the entire shop for a video. How expensive is the shop though?
What is that?
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, there's no way I can buy this. But don't worry, I will still get a way to get all the cosmetics for you guys. Now, I may not have 200,000 roses to spare, but maybe these players have roses to spare since they grind so much. So I decided to contact the #1 player. So I DM'd him, and he answered, and we were able to do it. So enjoy the rating of all the cosmetics in this update. I got the #1 player in the game, and yes, I'm not joking by the way. It is the only level 67 or higher by the time I'm recording this video. After this, I'm gonna tell him to go touch some grass. But let's go ahead and take a look at all the cosmetics. Now, the first cosmetic, the cheapest one here, is the Greed's Folly. The Greed's Folly is 2,750 roses. Now, we have the weapon here, which looks like to be an axe sort of shape. This little axe thing seems to have a key and is a combo with the cheapest cosmetic, which is the costume one. Now, it does have a cool little white design right there with a little bag, and that's a money bag, which kind of seems interesting. It makes the cosmetic look like some sort of thief or something like that, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna give this one a 8 out of 10. Now, we have the Ura right over here. Now, if we go ahead and take a closer look, it looks more to be a sort of costume that has some pulses around it. I actually think this is an improvement from the last one, but in lower graphics modes, like the one I have right now, can be a little bit less noticeable. So I'm still going to give this a 7.5 out of 10, and this does cost 3,000 roses on the shop. Now we have the Adventurer's Mimic to combo them all. No, it's not the next one on the cheapest, that's a Strawberry Claws, but I will get to that. The Adventurer Mimic costs 4,500 roses, and it is the one which you can combo with the Greed Folly. Now, this cosmetic does look a little bit more interesting. Now, if we take a closer look, it has a lot more claws than the weapon did before. Just in the front, it's 4 claws. And here, seems to be a little thing that a lock would have, same thing right in the other arm. So it seems to be like some sort of chest combination cosmetic overall. Though I don't really get the part of the head really being connected with it. It just seems like a crown and a lot of white hair. But the other two do combine really well. And I really like these. I don't like this one. If I would have liked this one, it would have been a 9 or higher. But I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. It looks pretty nice. For the Strawberry Claws, it's another dual weapon. For example, these sickles that I didn't rate so high last time. Now, these weapons, you can actually look a little bit closer to them, and they look like some sort of red and whitish claws, with a little bit of light between them. I'm gonna be honest here, the double weapons are all nice as double weapons, but they don't really look cool on their own. I just feel like they don't really have much of an effect, and they're definitely not worth the price when you can have better stuff that you can buy, for example the Cupid's Warhammer or other stuff in the shop, for example the Adventurer Mimic, which is really close to the price. So I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. And the last weapon we have here in the shop is the Strawberry Harp, being 5,000 roses. The Strawberry Harp is a combination to the Strawberry Valkyrie, which we will cover soon. And if we take a closer look at this harp right over here, I think it's an improvement, but I do notice it uses that little like neon thing a lot to cover it, like a ton. But I do like the designs they use right here in the heart, similarly like right next to it. I feel like it's a little bit more unique. Oh, and another one here, I didn't even realize it. That's actually pretty unique overall. I definitely think it's better than the other ones. I think this one could be fitting for a pretty solid 7 out of 10 or 7.5. I think that is much better for this amazing looking weapon. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the cosmetic combined with this one. Now we got the most expensive cosmetic overall, the Strawberry Valkyrie, which is 7,500 roses or 1,500 Robux. Do not buy this with Robux. It's not worth it, obviously. But we're going to be taking a look at this skin, and I think it looks awesome. Look at the doves on top. The little Valkyrie itself with a nice heart over. Nothing over exaggerated with neons. Some cool strawberries, all of that. The hearts in the bottom, and even if we look in the back, it almost seems like these doves could even be wings in and of itself. And the design in the back is also pretty good overall. Even more hearts down here in the boots. I think that looks incredible. I think this is the best cosmetic in the entire event, or basically thing like this. So I'm gonna give this a 9.5 out of 10. For this next one, we have here the 17,500 Gilded Garland stat frame. Oh my, or 2,000 Robux, which is crazy. This is just wild. There is literally just, that's so much. But beyond that, here is how it looks on a player. It seems like a little bit different to the Roses one. For example, if I go ahead and equip my Roses Valentines Garland and go right here, it seems like this one, but with extra fire, or basically a mix with orange, and make the roses look more red. So basically a better version, but at the cost of being over 3 times as expensive. That is a lot, but obviously I have to give this a rating, so I'm just gonna give this man, it doesn't feel worth it at all, so I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. But before we reach the last one and the most expensive one that you've been waiting for, we are going to see the other basically title board that we have, that was added on this update. And the final one was added for 3,000 Arcanium. 3,000 for this stat frame. That is crazy. It is a mythical stat frame. And here they have it. It is these mountains all around over here. It basically seems like the Ashen Cliffs version of it. I think this one is kind of better than the Hearts one. It feels like a little island all the way back there. But I can't say it's too crazy or rate it too high, because if we look at the shop here and go down here, full awesome armor sets here for only 2,000. So it isn't worth it, I'd say. Unless you have all of them like Jar. Now, I'm going to rate this one a 7.5 out of 10. But now, let's go ahead and go to the moment you've been waiting for. We're going to go and get the most expensive thing in the shop. Like, by a mile. And we have the final one here, the Rose Keeper, which cost 99,999 roses. What? That is crazy. Now, the Rose Keeper is just this pink title. I think it's just a Valentine's rarity. It's nothing too crazy, but it's super expensive. I feel like it's just a flex. Like, it is that much. It is so much roses for that much. It is approximately this many amount of Calamity runs, which is absurd. No one is going to do that unless you're on the leaderboard, because you already do that. That is just crazy. Now, for this rating, I can't give this a genuine rating, so I'm gonna rate it out of 10. Well, there we have it. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Let me know if you guys want me to do this with other cosmetics, and waddle out, my friends.